Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning, depending on where the hell in the world you are. It is actually morning here, but it feels like evening. Been upcasting since 4 a.m. Welcome back to your Dreamhack Winter 2012 final group stage match on Beyond the Summit. We've been bringing you sort of the matches with the qualifier teams, SkyHigh, SNC, and a couple of others along the way. Haven't actually, I don't know if we've seen a single upset. We've seen some close matches here and there. We've had some moments where we thought maybe the qualifier teams could make a bit of a run, but just not really able to put it together consistently. I think 3D Max was the one, but that was in a group where there was another team that's a bit weaker. Of course, I'm LD of DotaCommentaries.com. I'll be on the summit. Delighted to be bringing you this game, and I'm looking forward to the quarterfinals at this point. For me, that's what it's all about. But this will be essentially your third, fourth place decider match for Group D. Pulse in, I don't know if I would call it a shocker, but in a bit of a surprise, they actually get eliminated from the group before their third match, something that you wouldn't expect to see coming into it. Now we have Peppy and Matrim. Peppy, Matrim +3. That's SkyHigh. That's sort of your mixed team that's managed to work their way through the BYRC to be here on our final group stage match, who have had their moments, but have looked a little bit schizophrenic as far as the drafts goes. I really think that's the best way to characterize their drafting style. The decision-making individual play has definitely been good enough. It's been fine. I think they could have won some games with the level they're playing at. The problem is the team coordination and the drafts just don't seem to quite be there. Pulse, big team fight for them. Some mobile heroes in the Queen of Pain and the Magnus. A lot of burst damage potential, a lot of lockdown. And SkyHigh going for heroes that I'm not sure how well they deal with what Pulse's picks after the laning stage. They go for the Jakiro and the Venomancer. I think if you want to be aggressive, you get a Wisp here instead of one of those two. Juggernaut +1, because I don't see you taking a team fight unless your Juggernaut gets really fat. He can Omni/Magnus or Rubik and just kill them off at the start of the fight. Otherwise, you're getting reverse polarity. It does go through Blade Fury. It will hold you in place and make it rather easy to bring you down. He's not the tankiest, sturdiest of heroes. He doesn't scale that well into the late game, so they're investing a lot into their laning stage. But I don't know to what end. I'm not really sure what the mid-game strategy is from SkyHigh. How are they going to deal with Magnus once he gets his early levels? We could even see him maybe go solo mid. Queen of Pain could be your safe lane farmer. You could have someone else for the off lane. You could always rotate Magnus into the... Since they're on the Radiant side, you could do the mid pulls. It's not like he has to be on the Suicide lane. Sure, Juggernaut, Veno, Jakiro, if they want to tri-lane that, if they want to lock down that safe lane and make sure Magnus doesn't get anything accomplished, they could do it, but it comes at a great cost, and it's also not guaranteed they'll be able to. Even if you get slowed by Venomancer, even if you get Ice Path, you still can probably skewer to safety out of the damage radius for Blade Fury. Teams that give away Magnus, I don't know the win rate, but I wish I was one of the Dota Academy guys. I'm actually going to check with the Brunos before the group stages end and the quarterfinals kick off and see if I could find out exactly how well this Magnus is doing, because I don't think I've seen him lose a game yet. Actually, it might have been one game, but almost every time he's picked, he's winning. Even when he's not winning, he's making the games very difficult for his opponents. It's just a very strong position for the hero right now to be in. For the moment, the second stage of the draft will develop. Pulse, pick up a Shadow Demon, a great hero to disengage, turn these fights around. Also very annoying for Juggernaut. Demonic Purge, another ability that goes through Blade Fury. If anyone's ever getting Omni-Slashed, you can always disrupt them. They'll be safe. They'll be protected from that. At worst, it bounces to someone else. At best, nothing happens. Well, SkyHigh, this is interesting. Now they go back for the Mirana. Naga Siren quickly snapped up by Pulse. Huge team fight. Some great setup. And they've got the damage with the Queen of Pain. So now you've got your combo. Your sleep, start with that, follow up with reverse polarity. Then the Queen of Pain ult comes in over the top. And this is pretty much... And whoever gets caught is dead or dropping very low. Juggernaut has the healing ward. In theory, it can turn these fights around. In practice, though, Venomancer, Jakiro, Mirana, Juggernaut, all fairly squishy. May die before the healing ward has a chance to work its magic. There's no frontline tank. There's no Night Stalker, Chaos Knight, Dragon Knight. There's nobody who can withstand that burst if they fall behind. So they have to have a good start. I also wonder what the lanes are going to be. I thought maybe a tri-lane with the Juggernaut. Now we see the Mirana pick. She's not really a powerful solo. She's not going to beat a Queen of Pain mid. At best, you maybe break even or fall a little bit behind. At worst, you get crushed. You're not going to control the runes versus her consistently unless you guess lucky or hit amazing arrows. She's got really low base damage. You can't outlast hit a Queen of Pain. If you're in a dual lane, Well, who are you going to shut down? Magnetar? He always has Skewer to come away. Mirana doesn't have great burst in the laning stage. Do they run an offensive tri-lane with the Juggernaut and then have Mirana as maybe a safe lane solo? 1v1 versus Mag should do okay. Maybe throw your Windrunner mid. Perhaps that's the game plan, but you can't really get aggressive against a Naga Siren, Shadow Demon, Rubik. That is so much lockdown, so much turnaround potential. If you ever overextend, even if you're about to get a kill, that hero gets disrupted. If you overextend, you get netted under tower. The way Pulse has constructed their lineup, it really deters aggression, but the way SkyHigh have picked, it feels like, well, they're not obligated to be aggressive, but it's going to be quite difficult to win without doing so. Jakiro will be handled by Pylai. He's the captain for the squad. D Rocketman on the Venomancer. Wish going to be playing that Windrunner. I believe has been the offlane player for them. Peppy has been their farmer. Boots first. This smacks of aggression. And Matrim, who's been the solo mid, he'll be playing the Mirana. Has gone for pretty much as much damage as he can get, but is still trying to rush that bottle. Over on the side of Pulse, looking for their first win in Group D, we have Mini playing the Rubik. Wagamama on the Naga Siren. Region playing that Magnus. Boots first is going to be going to the offlane. Wants to be able to escape. One harder to lock down. Pinoy is going to be playing the Queen of Pain. Early no Talisman, not pulled any regen. Now the Gale hits on the Mini and the fight breaks out. Arrow's going to fly through. Mini gets disrupted a little bit early perhaps, but he will drop. First blood claimed by SkyHigh. Now the Magnetar skewering away, being chased down. The Windrun from Wish, trying to get in front of him to block him up. Absolute chaos. What a fight. How many heroes will fall to this Ice Path? Only catches one there. Will it be enough, though? Everybody's dying. This is literally every hero in the game about to die. Rija dropped 5 bodies on the floor already. Let's get a few more, says SkyHigh. They want Fishbone as well. Fishbone will die to the arrow. In the end, it's Waga left standing. Wants Matrim. Wants one more kill. No Riptide for him. Has hit level 2 over the course of this fight. Level 2 before the creep spawn. In fact, level 2 on everyone. Waga may be in some trouble here. It's been such a long fight. Blade Fury has cooldown. Waga will fall. 5 kills. Was that really a team wipe? I just saw a team wipe. Oh man, I wish my voice wasn't killing me, or I would have gone a lot crazier in that fight. But that is officially a team wipe by SkyHigh. I think every single hero has a death now. 5 heroes dead on Pulse. Well, they needed to be aggressive. They weren't going to win this in sort of a standard game. They got their non-standard game now. This is officially the best start I think you could ever hope for if you're SkyHigh. A team wipe at level 1. Unbelievable. Honestly, just... I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I've seen, 3, even 4 heroes die, but a team wipe at level 1. Well, credit Juggernaut in team fights. He is one of the best level 1 team fighting heroes in the game. Blade Fury means you can't be focused. It also does absolutely insane amounts of damage. Gargantuan, really. And... they need to tri-lane this. They can't have Mini walk here on mid. They do need all 3 heroes here. Pulse a bit focused on the single target heroes. But the big thing is that SkyHigh get all those kills. If they don't, I think Pulse can hold their own in this lane, but with the early kills, they're going to have a big level advantage. They're going to have just a much easier time. Well, it should be a big level advantage. I guess it's not because it was split 4 or 5 ways. The only struggler really is going to be Mini. But that's our tri-lane. Mid lane, we have Matrim soloing against Peanut. We should see the Queen of Pain handily win this lane. Look at that, 67 base damage versus 55. It's not a fair fight. Meanwhile, they go on to Venomancer. There's your Soul Catcher. Disruption to follow it up. The illusions might be enough to bring them down. You need a couple hero auto attacks. Not able to find them. And in the end, we'll disengage safely. Our final lane, the top lane. The off-lane Magnetar versus the Windrunner. How many melee heroes can do this? How many melee heroes can harass a Windrunner to the point where she doesn't feel comfortable really being aggressive? Normally, look at that. That's... oh, this is Boots first, too. This is not having as much regen. It looks like they expected a defensive tri-lane, because otherwise Boots first isn't really the best choice in that 1v1 matchup. Blade Fury is going to catch out Fishbone. Defensive disruptor, you can see the power of the net. Juggernaut Blade Furies doesn't matter, the net comes out. This is why Pulse should have a very easy time at this tri-lane. As expected, they do. They get the kill, and this is despite a 5-2 start. The power of Naga, the power of Shadow Demon, just such a strong defensive tri-lane, who also, because of Soul Catcher and Riptide, have a lot of burst damage. Imagine how this lane might have gone if they didn't start the game with the team wipe. It would have been a lot more painful, but Pulse is bouncing back, doing a nice job here. Magic Wand's getting picked up on the supports. Tranquil Boots and Wand already complete, or stick anyway, already complete a Wagamama. Fishbone with a stick of his own. That sounds wrong in some fashion. Region's gonna get ganked. Hasted Matrim picks up the kill. Early rotation from Mirana. I guess it looks like the arrow did connect there. and now has his bottle. So doing pretty well in that respect as well. Normally the gold graph not that relevant this early, but let's check it since there have been 9 kills in 3 minutes. It is 500 gold in favor of the Dire, and 500 experience in favor of the Dire. Very slight advantage for starting the game off 5-2. Peppy charging in, has a bottle, is going for the Healing Ward. We have seen a few players go for early points and crit if you're not being pressured. I know I saw one on the other stream, twitch.tv/DreamhackDota, Dota, where they are casting the first place decider for this group right now, I believe. Between Dignitas and fnatic.eu. But yeah, I did see one player go for crit, but it's very the standard build at this point is to go for your Healing Ward early. Phase boots, Healing Ward, maybe a drum, maybe a Soul Rain, and just constantly spam the Healing Ward, get aggressive with Blade Fury. Waga's just not afraid of Peppy. This is one of the few heroes that doesn't have to be afraid. Even if he initiates with a Blade Fury, you just net and you walk away, and there's nothing she can do about it. Invis Rune picked up, bottled by the Juggernaut. This might be the opening, though. You don't want to focus the Naga. You got to get onto one of these squishy supports. Whoever you focus will be disrupted. Really, you need an Ice Path to hit 2, ideally including the Shadow Demon. And they've got the lockdown just has to be there. Just so hard to engage. This is with an Invis Rune. Gale will hit. Only on 1, though, not a Waga. Can they bait Waga's net out? Yeah, Peppy's waiting, hoping that someone else will get netted. Finally, he unloads. There's your Blade Fury. Patience from Waga, and the net just turns this fight around. Benno first to fall. Now the Juggernaut in trouble. Beautiful body block from Wagamama. Peppy trying to run away. Fishbone, second body block of this fight. The net cooling down. Has it in 1 second, but I don't think you can dive that. Won't do so. That's with an Invis Rune. That's with a decent Ice Path that at least hit 1 hero. And with a Gale that hit as well. This is... You just can't get aggressive against Naga in the tri-lane. Maybe if you have a hero like Undying, then you can think about it. But otherwise, nuh-uh. It ain't happening. Well, this will help, though. Midi really low, out of position. Even so, Disruption and net. I think he still dies here, though. He is really caught in a bad spot. Riptide bringing everyone low. One more auto tech. Pylai die will fall. Now to Benno. Are they really going to get 2 kills after that fight started with a hero that low? Rubik is going to respawn in a few seconds. Peppy hoofing it out of there. Waga still giving chase. Poison will cancel his healing salve. That's a bit annoying. It's going for a poison max. And the thing is he can, because normally you'd want to get Soul Catcher for the burst damage. You already have enough. You're already getting these kills easily. Poison just allows him to sit farther back, engage from a distance. You don't have to commit your own hero, because the only way that Juggernaut's going to kill is if that hero gets Ice Path. If the Shadow Demon gets Ice Path and the Naga Siren is somehow locked out, it basically has to be a 3-hero Ice Path. Otherwise, Juggernaut gets netted, the hero that's being initiated upon gets disrupted, and they all just walk away. So I like the Shadow Poison build. I think it's a pretty good build in this game. Gives you a little bit more damage over time, over the course of those engagements, and they are long engagements. Even when Pulse is winning the fight, they're not doing so instantly. It's after the initial damage. Naga Illusion's also great for killing off the Healing Ward. We're seeing that now. All the little intricacies of this lane as far as the mechanics go are working in Pulse's favor. Our other 2 lanes, haven't really had much of a chance to talk about them. Pinoy, as expected, is winning the 1v1 matchup. Although Matrim did create some space top, got with that early gank. Looks like he's doing some bottle crowing, but bottom lane in the action. Oh, maybe about to break out. Not just yet. Maybe now it will. They throw Peppy back in. The net will fly. Just a little bit too dicey to initiate. Regen has joined the fight. Regen is level 6, and he's going to charge in. Reverse polarity, not being used yet. There you go, on to easy peasy, lemon squeezy, Fabrizi, my Jeezy, and down 2 go. Pulse pick up 2, and that's the power of that off-lane Magnus. Once he gets 6, he gets kills. He doesn't just pressure, he doesn't just harass, he gets kills. But Peppy looking to get some kills of his own. And the sleep, not going to actually work too well, but do they need sleep? Nope. Pinoy blinks in. We'll find that kill. Now Mini in a bit of trouble. Queen of Pain unloads the ult. Mini should be dying. Starfall will hit. Matrim not going to be fogged. Meanwhile, in the back lines of play, it is a very sad Windrunner. 1 or 2 more auto attacks. Down she will go. Maybe not. Oh, Ice Path whiffs. Ice Path doesn't connect, but the arrow is there. Windrunner catches that one, and that is just not what you want to do. Or not Windrunner, excuse me. Queen of Pain. Windrunner did fall in the end, though. Well, even as far as gold goes, quite a lead for the Dire as far as experience goes. So they're still doing a decent job in this game. It looks like... I guess it's mostly the Windrunner who's just been out winning her lane a little bit. 6 extra denies versus that Magnetar. Kills are slightly in their favor. I still give the big edge to Pulse because of the team fight. But when those ults are on cooldown, that's when SH can look to be aggressive. And that's where I thought a hero like Wisp would really be the best choice for a support. Because you want to fight, you want to force them to waste their ults or find kills when the ults are down. They do have some mobility. Windrunner, Mirana, they have that sort of triple semi-carry strat going. But they don't really have the best ganking lineup. Not the most reliable as far as lockdown goes. Peppy's thinking about a Blade Fury. Everything gonna miss. Pinoy, that Spidey sense tingling. He'll blink away to safety. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, it looks like the Rocket Man is dropping low. Now the disruption to bring him low, and then the Riptide to finish the job. Waga does it. Easy kill. Now Riptiding. That does remove your debuff, so no more slow onto him. Ice Path catches 2. Mini's about to hit 6, and then this gets a lot scarier. Mirana Arrow will fly. Matrim not going to land on this one. Fishbone, Demonic Purge is available. Do they use it on Peppy here? Maybe thinking about it. With the Riptide, I think they go. Nope, not yet. Mini in a bit of a... no, he'll be okay. Fishbone level 6. And this Demonic Purge is big. Again, another way to deal with Juggernaut while he's Blade Fury. Blade Furying. I don't know if that's a verb, but I'm treating it one, damn it. The net will fly into Jakiro. Now, Midi forced to run away. Disruption there, just trying to end the aggression. And it will end for the moment. But Matrim once back in. Just keeps on going for that 18-second cooldown arrow. Just trying to keep the pressure up. Rune spawns bottom. Matrim also lucks out a bit with that one. Pinoy checks top. No dice for him. The one big difference for me this game is just the separation between the Mirana Queen of Pain and the Magnetar the Windrunner. Just the two solos for Pulse a bit better in these early engagements. Until your Shackle Shot is maxed out, which now it is, but it wasn't earlier. Not as effective, not quite as reliable as something like your Skewer Reverse Polarity. Same for Queen of Pain, just more reliable burst damage than Mirana. And this, we've seen some good ults. It's not that Matrim can't have a big impact. You just can't count on it. Queen of Pain, you pretty much can. Especially with the sleep there, you can set up your reverse polarity. And because of that, the fights become a lot easier.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Top lane, Regen, bringing Wish low. Tranquil Boot's up. The one thing he hasn't done is farm particularly well. Bottom lane, Peppy hits level 6. And this is another way that you can sort of dodge. Oh boy. Really? No Demonic Purge. Didn't have mana for it. Oh. That would have been a kill otherwise. Meanwhile, top lane, Regen gets caught with the Ice Path Shackle Shot. What a shackle from Wish. Will Latch him in place. He does have a Skewer and a Wand Charge. No, sorry, already used the Skewer. So he'll die. Now bottom lane, the Illusions ushering Peppy and Rocket Man back. Punishing the rotation out of this lane from the Jakiro.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If this is a Magnetar, if this is a Windrunner as a component of this lane, they can easily end the push from a safe distance. But when it's a Juggernaut, he's got to be in close, and you can't be in close against Demonic Purge and against Net. So because of the hero composition in this lane, SH can't really defend the tower. Score now 10 to 12, still quite even. The big item progression's not there just yet. Tread's up on quite a few heroes. Most of the solos getting something like Tranquil Boots, Soul Ring, or Treads, Bottle, along those lines, but nothing big yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Second round of Illusions, and a nice deny by the Rocket Man. Venno actually, I think that was a ward deny, because the hero was not in range. That was a ward deny. What a play. Regen's coming in. Oh, he's going to Skewer, and reverse polarities midstream, and actually whips it. Oh boy, that could be trouble. They do need that reverse polarity, or maybe not, because they have a little thing I like to call Song of the Siren. Everybody thinking about walking away. No, they went back in. They have Pinoy here. They're going to focus on Peppy first. Queen of Pain ult, blading him low. Does have the ult from the Juggernaut, but just not enough. He'll drop. Really the weakness of a lot of these carries for SH, and we're seeing why they're not considered top picks right now. Juggernaut, easily kited, reliant on that Blade Fury. Not super effective against heroes that have mobility skills like Blink, like your Skewer. Mirana lacking in the damage department compared to a Queen of Pain. Just can't bring anyone down as quickly If you hit an arrow and a double starfall, then maybe. But you've got to be right next to their team to do it, and you can't count on it. As a result, unfortunately, it's a lineup that had potential for SH, but I feel it really came down to technical execution in the laning stage. They can still come back, but it gets harder as the game goes along. Now they have to deal with the team fight combo. It's on cooldown for the moment. But again, that fight was without Regen hitting his ult. If he hits his reverse polarity, it's a much different fight. It's not even really a contest. Drum up on Waga. Well, he does like his cheap, cost-effective items. TP into the middle lane from Pinoy. Such a passive game. After such a crazy start, we had 7 kills and before the creeps even spawned, but now it's really slowed down. Blinking forward is Pinoy. Wants to go man mode, but will eat the double starfall. Forced back. And generally, if you want to trade blows, you're going to want to point and Shadow Strike. Hero just good for trading with just Scream, but not amazing at it. Blade Fury was stolen by Rubik. Oh, what an ability to steal. Now the Disruption Soul Catcher, Blade Fury, and the Windrunner trying to hoof it out of here, but Demonic Herd. Wish is taking a ton of damage, and in comes the angry Magnetar. They'll bring him down. Do they have a Disruption? Do they have a Telekinesis? They do. Highlight die to fall. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Still running. Still escaping. Earn Charge won't quite finish him, but they need like one more nuke to hit. And Queen of Pain's like, oh, hey, there's a kill. Maybe I should go take that one. Too late. Shakiro denies himself to an illusion. Matron just continues to farm away in the middle lane. Oh, again! Oh, I think he started to cast it and then canceled it. That looks like the animation for reverse polarity, but didn't actually use it in the end. Pinoy charging in, eats an arrow to the face, blinks away. Matron, now in a bit of a pickle. There is no reverse polarity. Regen lacking for mana repeatedly. This is one of the, I guess, the weakness of the build. Going for the bottle instead of the soul ring. It's not reliable mana. And maybe he just needs to go back to Fountain, because without runes, he just doesn't seem to have mana for his full combo. Normally we see Arcane Boots on Magnus, whether he's offlane or not, and this is one of the reasons why. He is rather mana dependent.
Dire's top tower is under
Blade Fury will start this off. Regen is going to get caught, and then reverse polarities just for Peppy, who does have the ult. There's your defensive disruption. There's your Queen of Pain ult. Brought down immediately. Regen dropping low. Can anyone kill this damn Magnetar? He will fall. Matron trying to run away, but Pinoy is here. Double kill for him.
I scream.
And that's, again, a one-hero reverse polarity. They're fighting without the Nagasar. Waga Naga is just split push. I like that one. I'm going to use that some more. Waga Naga is just split pushing the top lane.
Dire's middle tower is under
Not
attack.
even really fighting with this team.
Radiant's bottom tower
SkyHigh
is
trying to
under
reply
attack.
with a little dose of split push of their own. The tower will fall mid. Pinoy picks it up. What does he have on the courier? Ultimate Orb. Ooh, going for... Well, I assume a Scythe of Ice is really strong against a hero like Juggernaut. If he can't use Blade Fury, if he gets caught, you can burst him down. He is rather squishy. He's tanky if he gets his spells off. He's not if he doesn't. Some heroes like DK are just naturally tanky. Juggernaut is not one of those heroes. In comes Pinoy, who's really starting to create space for his team now. Now sitting 3-2-3, but it feels like a bigger impact. Maybe it's just the attempted kills. Matron getting caught out of position, dropping low. Queen of Pain is the DD road, but the TP in from the Venomancer will end this engagement for the moment. Wish with the power shot. Now shackling up Fishbone. I don't think they have enough damage for this. Maybe with Macropie, but Regen is here. Regen is going to skewer in. Another whiff on the skewer. Just not really his day on this Magnetar. Doesn't matter, though. Wish will fall in spite of it. The lack of damage for SH, really problematic. They have damage, but as with their initiation, it's just not reliable. Omni Slash, you can't predict where that's going to bounce. Mirana Arrow, you can't count on it. Double Starfall, you can't count on that either. Unreliability really defines this team's picks. Venomancer does damage, but it's overtime. It's not burst, and you need burst against Naga, against Magnus, against Shadow Demon, or they have the abilities that turn team fights around.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Middle lane getting pushed by the Rocket Man. Now going to rotate towards top.
Is under attack.
I guess SkyHigh is just angling to stall this game for a long time. They're going to try to avoid the big team fights. They don't want to get caught by that combo that Pulse has. And so far, I will say they haven't gotten caught by a huge teamfight combo. That is one thing they can point to and say, we're doing this right. This is keeping us in the game. But it doesn't feel that it's enough. It's not enough just to avoid the combo. You've got to get some kills. You've got to gank. Queen of Pain and Naga and Magnus are our top 3 farmers. A lot of that tower gold, but still. Thematic Purge, a Windrunner. Nowhere to run for her. Is going for the mech. Will be brought down. Pinoy unloads. Slams down the ult. The good news, though, is SkyHigh get a tower. And that's something Pulse can't easily get. Because the tier 1's already down mid. The tier 2 and tier 1 are down bottom. So they find a kill. But they find it over here. They don't find a kill right here, right next to that mid tier 2, where it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. They gotta walk a little bit farther to get that. Meanwhile, on the middle lane, it's... That was a really intense groan from that twin-headed dragon. That's also the Blink Dagger coming out for Region. Now the team fights start to acquire that sense of inevitability on the side of Pulse. How do you avoid getting caught by this combo? You do have some mobility skills. You don't have force stabs. It's mainly just leap. Windrun, there are ways to hold you in place even through that. I don't know if they can really avoid this combo. They have Juggernaut. On paper, he's a good way to counter the Naga. The problem is, Naga's also a good way to counter him. Net's great against him. He will go for a backstab here. This could be a good opening. Finding pickoffs off the bat. Notice how he can't just omni-size because there's always... Never mind, there's not Disruption. Magnetar comes in. Huge ult catches everyone. Now they're all dropping low, skewering them back. The Queen of Pain destroying the fight. Everybody's gonna melt. 3 heroes about to fall. One more blink and a scream. No, maybe it's not enough. In fact, I guess it's not because Naga isn't there. This time they feel the burn of the absence. Fishbone bought back. Who else bought back? Rubik bought back as well. Both of the supports. Pinoy getting close to that Scythe device. That fight would have gone a lot differently if they'd just been able to lock down and burst down one of the support heroes. For SkyHigh to win a fight, everybody's got to hit their ults. Whereas on Pulse, they just need to hit a couple. You know, maybe just a reverse polarity on 1 or 2. Maybe just a Queen of Pain ult on a few. They have enough redundancy built into the lineup. They don't have to execute perfectly. With SkyHigh, it seems like everything has to go right. They got to hit the Ice Path on a few. They've got to hit the Juggernaut on everything. Or the fight just seems to go really poorly for them. Arrow, I think that hit Fishbone along with the Shackle on 2. Now, we'll talk about a perfect team fight. There you go. Arrow and a Shackle on 2. Now Pinoy even getting caught. There's the sleep from Naga. Waga with the big bailout. In comes the Waga Naga. And out they will go. The 2 supports get picked off. Good kills from SkyHigh. Still, that stubborn-ass gold graph continues to rise. One more arrow thrown in. Pinoy is going to dodge away from that. Actually drops his bottle, I believe. We'll pick it right back up. Pulse is really having trouble finding these big team fights and also finding the skewers. Region has been flummoxed time and again. Arrow to fly. Arrow will not connect. If you were in a better position at this point in the game as SkyHigh, you could easily go for Roche because, well, you have even a level 1 healing ward's pretty decent. You've got the drums. That'll help you a little bit. Venomancer wards are great just to slowly chip away at it. Windrunner can tank it. Has the mech to keep everyone a bit healthier. Keep the armor level size so that you can easily deal with them. Because of all of those abilities and items just being great for dealing with Roche, they could have gone for it earlier. The problem is they don't have the map control. They don't have the position to do it, and I feel like that early E just would have made a big difference. Then your Juggernaut can die. Use the Blade for, use the Omni Slash, come back to life, go for round 2. Maybe find Fishbone. There's your Mirana ult. Was this spotted? I don't think so. Waga isn't going to be wise to this. In they go. Gale ult onto. Where comes the arrow? Region was mid-cast, I believe, on a skewer, maybe on a reverse polarity. He won't be able to get it off yet. Now shackled up. Will he be able to get it off the entire fight? What a fighting maneuver from this squad. Is it enough to win the fight? Queen of Pain in the thick of things, bringing everybody low. Nobody dying just yet. The Rockman, as well as Matrum. Oh, Pinoy. Look at these shackles from Wish. I said Shackle was unreliable. Apparently not in Pinoy's hand. It was Magnus who bought back. Comes in with reverse polarity. Where is the follow-up, though? They don't have the Queen of Pain. Naga, not a huge damage there yet. Region gonna get brought down. Pulse really falling apart in these team fights. The execution still looking for a good fight. And finally, that stubborn gold graph is going to start to tip the other way. Here comes the sleep. Catches out a couple, 3 to start, but they are spread out very nicely. In fact, the arrow flies in, narrowly misses. The sleep gets turned up. Now disruption on Juggernaut. They want to focus down the twin-headed dragon. Not able to do so just yet. Juggernaut trying to run away. Did Rubik actually steal Omni Slash? Nope, he stole Dew Breath. Now Matron tries to TP out. He'll escape. Rubik charging forward. Once Peppy. Continuously, the poison gets spammed. The relic is up on Wog. It goes back for it after the drums. Oh. Well, I said the action had stopped picking up, and I guess they decided to punish me with 2 kills per minute. We're back up to that mark. 45 kills total in this game. As far as gold goes, it is still a big lead for Pulse, although it has dipped a bit. And when this game goes ultra late, I mean, if you have Windrunner as a natural Hex carrier, you've got the Mirana ult to potentially initiate. Now you're getting the experience advantage. I still give Pulse a heavy advantage in teamfight, but I feel like it evens out a little bit. The main thing will be things like being able to get BKBs up on your Windrunner, or mainly on your Mirana even, just so that she can't be caught out too easily by things like telekinesis, and then the follow-up stuns come in. So the extra level of items will allow SkyHigh to kite a little more effectively. We see the Yasha out now on the Mirana. Something probably coming soon on the Windrunner. Double damage run up on Region, but he gets caught. There is an Omni Slash. There you go. It was actually a Shadow Blade for this Juggernaut. Assassination style from him. Meanwhile, up top, Disruption. Windrunner looks to be in a lot of trouble. Here's the Mirana ult. They have protection. They have a Sentry Ward, and they have Demonic Purge. Well, that kill, they execute that one pretty flawlessly. Peppy comes in, scouting things out, is invis. I'm liking the Shadow Blade from him. It favors the way they have to play this, which is the pickoff style. Quite a pain, though, in the backline. That was a huge ult. Unloads, fetches pretty much everyone. Now Peppy trying to do some cleanup, so too is Pinoy. Look at those. Oh, here's the Hex. Here is the Scythe device. No Shadow Strike, though. This build, I'm not sure about it. Shadow Strike is a pretty potent skill. He just wanted to tank. Just wanted to survive that initial burst. But it really would help, especially if it was maxed out for chasing heroes down like the Juggernaut in that situation. Juggernaut wants in. He wants back for round 2. Meanwhile, Waga has just been doing this thing in the jungle. Finally, the Radiance on the way. Boy, for the amount of time he's had to farm, he just has not gotten this Radiance as quickly as he would like. CS sitting on only 118, which is not that much for 26 minutes. And in comes Waga, has the sleep. Oh, well, that's one way to end an engagement. Both teams just calmly walk away. Pinoy now going back for probably a BKB. They're going to initiate on Matron. This is hard here to focus. Oh, no, another reverse polarity. Region not connecting. The sleep will connect. This is the order of operations they want. I really don't understand why Region continues to try and go in first. It should be the Naga going in first, sleeping everyone, then you follow up with the reverse polarity. And you can even do it quickly. You can blink in so that they don't know exactly when it's coming. There are ways to combo it where they can't just do things like leap away, wind run to try and get out of there, Blade Fury to avoid some of the magic damage.
Top tower is under attack.
It's not as though SkyHigh don't have some ways to deal with that order of initiation, but it's a hell of a lot more reliable than the way that Pulse is currently doing it, which is just constantly starting with the Magnetar. And this can work if your Magnetar is up against a less mobile lineup, if he's having an easy, if he's just on a hot streak, but neither is the case right now. Top lane, here we go. Mini has stolen Blade Fury. Boy, does he love that Blade Fury. And Peppy, no chance for him. Pulse find a critical kill. And look at the ward saturation mid. This is a densely loaded area. Cross section of the map with some wards up. Roshan is available for the taking. I don't know if they need it, but it would be pretty nice to have that on the Naga. Matron trying to TP out bottom will barely escape in the end.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
It's kind of a bad sign when the enemy support is a Rubik who has Blade Fury and is just solo pushing the mid lane by himself, and you don't feel safe leaving your base. That is really a great... This is a much better way to measure the state of a game than a gold draft, than an experience draft. If you have if one team is just camping hero supports, farming, or over here on the side of the Dire, they have a massive advantage. It doesn't happen if the game is even, because if you do that as a support in a normal game, you just die. They just come in and they kill you. So this really, more than anything, tells the tale of the game, tells the current state of it. I'm not a big fan of Region's positioning here. I feel like you're a little bit better off staying back, counter-initiating for your team. Let the rest of the squad sit in the pit. Mirana ult will start this off. Now the sleep. I think they might have a gem. They certainly have a sentry ward here. Catching out too. Will Region use his ult for this? He's being very stubborn with it, I think. Just trying to wait for the right opportunity. Still no ult. Now skewering the other way. It's going to ult. Oh, he catches too. No, actually doesn't catch Matrim. But wishful fall. Matrim next in line. Too much lockdown. The last dying leap of a Mirana. 4 heroes now dead. The courier comes in. A little bit of extra food. This might be a team wipe. This game, how appropriate. Started with the team wipe going no way. Now, well, if it doesn't end with the team wipe going the other way, it's certainly the tides turn firmly in the favor of Pulse on the back of that team fight. Primed and poised to take this game and at least secure 3rd place, at least get a win and sort of take care of business against the mix, the Matrim Peppy mix. Again, this one only for Pride. They already eliminated, but good to see them showing a pulse.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
I can't resist sometimes. Region, no ult for him. They don't have the Magnetar ult, the Queen of Pain ult on cooldown. I think it may be a BKB on the way. BKB for Pinoy, or Yule Scepter for Fishbone. Even the Shadow Demon's got something. Manny's got a Blink and a Force Staff. Very easy for him to steal, and you know, this is an example of a support who just gives you so much more damage at this point in the game than a Jakiro. Jakiro, great at controlling the lanes, a great team fight specialist, lots of crowd control, but doesn't have the burst damage of even a support like a Rubik, and that's not even counting the carries. And because these carries just have so much sustainability and so much reliable burst damage in team fights, you know, we're talking about Radiance Burn, we're talking about Queen of Pain ult, it just makes the team fights very easy to execute for Pulse. You know, I might get caught. Nope, Shackle, not going to find him. Even dodges away from the arrow. Now blinking. Oh, ho, ho. Almost blinked right into the arrow. And Peppy was about to ult there, but Pinoy is going to blink away. And a lot of waste of time. That was a 5-hero smoke gank attempt, and it fails. Now they beat a hasty retreat back towards the base. Waga has the Aegis.
Dire's top tower.
Only has the level 1 sweep, though. In comes the Juggernaut ult. Not the right time, though. Clearly has not written down the timings. He goes right to the creep wave rise. Peppy will be knocked down by the net. There is an ult for the Magnetar, but once again, no mana for that reverse polarity. Waga needs a bailout. He's got the sleep. Does he use it now? He won't. He'll come back to life. Matrim scouting everything out. Where's the gem? No gem. No detection for this Mirana ult. And a Juggernaut ult for an Aegis. And a Mirana ult. Not really a bad trade. Actually, they used pretty much everything on the side of the Dire. Only the Windrunner ult left. And that ain't an important one for the team fight. So in spite of that looking like a pretty sloppy fight from Pulse, still great position now to siege out the Rex, look to take it out. Peppy fishing for an opportunity. The Shadow Blade gonna wear off. He's gonna have to wait for the next round to go in. Now Pulse decides to back off. Gonna slow roll this. Thought about top. Now they want mid. Blink, Insight, Device, and Disruption all used simultaneously. So Peppy, relatively easily, he'll be able to just skate away there. Is he finally going to get Arcane Boots? Yes, he is. Oh, Region. That's got to be the 5th or 6th time we've seen him lacking mana for his ult, lacking mana for a crucial spell. Arcane Boots, that'll solve the problem. Queen of Pain farming the bottom lane. BKB now up. The next level of items all coming soon for the squad. BKB up on the Queen of Pain. Force Staff on Mini. And a Blink Dagger. Actually still hasn't gotten his Blink. Meanwhile, middle lane though, they're going to go in on someone, but Disruption is actually going to help bail Peppy out. Wow, what a nice Force Staff by Mini. Is able to secure the escape for Fishbone. Matrim going straight for some damage items. Has the Manta, but needs a lot more. Crystal is probably the most cost-effective damage item you can get. right now. Not as good as completing an MKB later, but to get something now, Chrysalis will be the best choice. And he gets the broadsword. He's getting close. Still all the carries behind. Just compare the farm and Naga with a Reaver. How do they burst him down? And if they don't burst Swagger down, how do they win the fight anyway? I think if everything hits, they can do it. If the arrow hits, if it's a shackle, and a perfectly timed arrow ice path on top of it, then they can probably just bring him down. Omni Slash. Ooh, I love this from Peppy. This is the most cost-effective DPS item to buff up your ult in the game on the Juggernaut. He's got a Mask of Madness before he'll Omni, and he'll do it perfectly. Regen to be brought low. Regen to be focused down by the Blade Fury, the teamfight initiator, off the board, off the bat. And Naga just not able to find him. Now the sleep comes through. Juggernaut will surge away with that Omni, with that Shadow Blade, rather. There can be a net. Who's he going to focus? Riptide on a few. Waga dropping low. Might be brought down here. Midi as well. Buyback from... Very late buyback. In fact, it doesn't matter, though. Pinoy is cleaning house right now. Or maybe not. BKB used late. But still going to go for this one. Matrim sniped up and brought down. Pinoy tries to TP away. Thinks better of it. Should pay with his life. Maybe not. Oh, what a blink. What a place to blink. Peppy's got the scent. He wants in. Pinoy wants out. Pinoy's got to play this one properly. He will blink south. Right into the waiting arms. Right into the waiting arms of Pinoy, of Peppy. But somebody's waiting there. Juggernaut it is. Pinoy still trying to escape. This game of whack-a-mole just won't end. Finally, Peppy executes him. And unbelievably, Pulse just have not managed to break high ground. I think more unbelievably, though, SkyHigh they've held. And it really came down in that fight to the Juggernaut Assassination. This is your Juggernaut Assassination build. This is the best build to do if you just want to kill someone immediately. A very fun pub stomping build, I might add. But Mask of Madness gives you so many extra auto attacks during your ultimate. And it also is a great chasing build. So you kill one, maybe you can chase down a few more. You have tons of move speed. And because you have a natural crit, you have some decent damage. With Shadow Blade, with Phase Boots, you actually have some respectable base damage. Then you're critting, and you're attacking fast, you're getting more crits. It's not a great late game build. It shouldn't work in a 5-on-5 clash, but if he can find the pickoffs, then it looks a little bit more effective. Well, a smoke up from Pulse, really, with a 15,000 gold lead and an 8,000 gold lead, they really are still firmly in control of this game. But firmly in control and a win are two different things. SkyHigh has started to feel more comfortable, leaving their lane, split pushing, getting more aggressive with their positioning. After that fight, they had a chance to play some wards. See a fresh one here in the mid lane. Haven't dewarded, though. Both teams, I feel really lacking for a gem. Finally, Shadow Demon has picked one up, but this is much later than what we'd see out of, say, a Chinese team, where as soon as you start getting the edge, you get a gem, especially against the Shadow Blade Juggernaut and a Mirana. A lot of invis initiation. They didn't opt to do it for a while, but now they do have the gem up. And Waga continues to farm. Level 16 has that 1-minute cooldown ult. Pulse still looking for a big team fight. We still haven't seen the combo of sleep, then you get your reverse polarity on a few, and then you followed up with just tons of AoE from the Queen of Pain. That is, it sounds foolproof on paper, but SkyHigh have just done a great job of finding weaknesses in it, finding ways to exploit it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I expect we're going to see a little bit... It's going to be harder for Juggernaut to find the backstab because there is that gem up now. Presumably Peppy's seen it by this point. Tower being focused down by the Naga illusion. She should have her heart up. It is up. Pinoy is the big damage dealer. Just mauling away at this Rex. They got to go soon. Arrow will hit, but remember, there is a reverse polarity. Actually, the sleep. Sleep catching Peppy mid-ultimate. What? I thought you were invulnerable while you're in that Juggernaut. Apparently, you can be slept because it just got canceled. And Rocket Man will fall. Now Major next in line. Everybody getting worked down. Shackle Shot will latch Waga up with Fishbone. Regen not going to connect on that one. Doesn't seem to matter though. Pinoy with the big ult. It is dodge. Peppy buys back, but what can a Juggernaut do without a Zombie Slash, especially with this build? Just going for the glass scan. Oh, sorry, he didn't buy back. No, I guess he lived. Now he's back. Back for another round. Maybe he doesn't know about the gem because he is in a lot of trouble Blade Fury everywhere. Now Peppy, Master Mad is bringing him down even quicker. Shackle Shot not going to latch, but all the weapons, all the abilities being turned against the squad by many. Skewering Wish away from the Fountain. Finally, he hits a really nice skewer. Region does. Pinoy tanking the Fountain. May die. Nice defensive disruption. Should be able to escape. At long last, Pulse, they've done it. They've broken through the defenses. They are poised to take this game. Camping the enemy team at the Fountain. MKB up with the Queen of Pain. Pinoy looking good. And Pulse are going to emerge as your third place team. Coming out of Group D. They will not be advancing, but they get something. They get a little bit of pride, Waga and his squad. But they'll be on the sidelines as we move into the quarterfinals, which will be coming up after this match. That is what awaits us. Some great teams. I'm trying to remember the full list off the top of my head, but rather than do that, I think it's a good moment to actually just bring up the list so I can be, well, intelligent when I talk about it. Rax is going to fall. Pulse, really no stopping them at this point.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Who do we have advancing other groups? Na'Vi and AL out of Group A. As far as Group B goes, no Tidehunter and Evil Geniuses. Empire and We as Asian out of Group C. Mouse Sports get knocked out in that group. Dignitas and fnatic.eu out of Group D. Pulse gets knocked out of this one. That's the two surprise teams who, you know, I think most teams, if anything, might have given them a slight edge or at least an equal footing chance to advance. Region blinks in, only catches one with reverse polarity, not going to connect on the skewer. That was a big Juggernaut ult, but now Demonic Purge, the net as well. Holding Peppy in place, Region dropping low, empowers, a last fleeting empower. Pinoy just doing the big damage in the back lines. Pinoy blinks forward, maybe a bit too far, a bridge too far for him. He will drop. But they have 2 lanes of Rax. They can afford to make a few mistakes at this point. And mistakes they shall make, it looks like. Fishbone now trying to run away, spamming that poison, driving everyone back. Riptide bringing down those heroes a little bit, reducing their armor. And SkyHigh, fight on. They don't want to go up. This dog don't want to die without a fight. And they are certainly giving a fight. Region on the hunt again. No reverse polarity. Gotta be careful. Probably a bit overextended. Shackle narrowly gonna miss. And then blinks forward. Skewers 3. There's the skewer he was hoping for. They do have a Song of the Siren. But where's the follow-up? Fishbone is maybe the follow-up? I'm not sure about that. Maybe he is, though. The Naga Illusions, but they're burning the Macro Fire. They will fall. Region just chipping away here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That Magnetar, I'll tell you. Skewer cooling down in a few seconds. Matrum's got to juke it. Matrum got to juke it. Region wants to finish this one with a Shockwave. Skewer's gonna whiff. Shockwave's gonna whiff. A drive-by Skewer with my Shockwave combo. It all whiffs. Matrum's still alive. Region's still giving chase. Matrum has the leap. Can't just leap into the trees or Region will find him. Finally. The third time's the charm. Down he goes.
That went swimmingly.
Swimmingly indeed it went, Waga. And now the Illusion's gonna tank up Peppy. The net should fly momentarily. Peppy locked in place. Try to TP out. He can do this after being netted, and not going to be enough. Waga kills him right as the TP completes. The corpse delivered back to the home family at base. 4 heroes now dead. Pulse looks like they're finally going to be able to take this game. 42 minutes in, but it's felt over for a very long time. Just based on hero composition, based on the laning. SkyHigh, they will end their run at this event. 0-3 in the group. Every game, though, I will say, they gave it a run for their money. They had some close fights. They had some opportunities. They started this game with a team wipe. They started it with a bang. They finished with a bit of a whimper. And Region's tanking the Fountain.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient
I return.
That is a lot of damage Pinoy's taking, but it's also a lot he's dishing back. Snipes the Venomancer in the Fountain. And with that, at long last, the throne will fall. This will be the official end. This will mark the official end of your group stages. Good games from both teams. Great manners from both. Although they're eliminated, they fought hard in this last game, so a big round of applause and respect to them, between them as well. Pulse, they finished third in this Group D. SkyHigh, unfortunately. Matrum +4, they'll finish last. Peppy as well, I suppose. That concludes our group stage coverage on Beyond the Summit, but we will come back later today with quarterfinal action. From what I have been told so far, well, let's see if we have the details. The only thing known is that Group C plays their quarterfinal first. It's going to be We Has Asian versus someone, Empire versus someone. So I will be casting one of those games for the first match of the quarterfinals on this stream. Then there will be one more round of quarterfinals matches. I'll cast another one there. Of course, the other matches, probably the bigger, more exciting matchups, will be over at twitch.tv/DreamhackDota. But there are so many great teams in that list I just read off to you that all the matches are going to be interesting, entertaining, and worth a watch. Of course, the beauty of having that in-game ticket. Na'Vi, Absolute Legends, No Tidehunter, Evil Geniuses, Empire, We Has Asians, Dignitas, and fnatic.eu. These are your 4 teams that move forward into the playoffs bracket. I'll have the full information on the brackets for you guys as soon as it is released. But for now, this is going to wrap it up for the cast. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to support us at Beyond the Summit, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Facebook, Twitter, youtube.com/LDDota. For now, this is LD, signing off.